Here we go.
Alright, let's roll.
Karen Allen. David Armstrong. How did David Armstrong close the deal while new
Have
baby
you seen
in
the
tow?
baby? Because
She's so
oh, she is beautiful. I got to see
He brought her
her.
in?
Yes. He wouldn't even let me hold her.
He's got the death grip
He
on
was
that
running out the door. She's like the tiniest thing. Oh.
Les Bailey, Greg Bennett, Marcy Bouchard tearing it up last week.
Marcy, we gotta work
We
on
need
that.
to work on
We
the
gotta
catch.
work on the catch.
Dave Brown, Kristen Cole, Brandy Kroom, Kevin Cross a couple of times.
Brandy Kroom just registered for making camp, by the way.
Boom.
Yes.
Mary Jo, Jeff Davis, Stephen Day, Mr. Brent DeWine. Again on the catch.
Hey Brent, how long have you been full-time? How long has it been since you quit your job at Sullivan?
End of June. Yeah.
I would love for you to meet.
What's that?
I would love for you to meet someone before you
Oh, for me, people.
Okay, I knew you wouldn't be.
No doubt, Mr. Personality.
Matt Dimmick, Kira Dreyer, Ed Erickson, Rana, Jonna, Mark Frenzel, Kelly Harris, Carl Hines, Liz, Marge Udock, no longer over here, right?
She's gone.
Yeah. Patrick James, Terry Lee, Christina Lean, Kylie Lucas, Ryan Lucas, Justin McGee, Breed Moore a couple times, Debbie Muma, Holly Meyer, Diet, no Diet?
She's back though. I got a video of her dancing in her office last night.
I saw that.
Oh yeah.
At like midnight.
She is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Be prepared.
Wait.
We're just trying to get Hey! Amy Peltier, Brandy Pennington, Brittany Radford, Jonathan Rodriguez, Jacob Sebring, Diane Shearer, how do you say Sjøstrand?
Showstrand.
Showstrand. I was messing that one up.
Jenna Showstrand.
Showstrand. Oh, a couple. Stuart Smith.
Is there a name that I get to correct you on now? I never get to do
for it,
this.
yes.
You always have to fix me.
That's 2 days in a row.
I know. I'm feeling better.
No, she's just on her game since being back from Hawaii. Don Storm, Jeff Susel, Christy Tanner, Ryan Tolfson a whole bunch of times, Jeremy Tompkins, Kristen Van Wee, Dar Walden, Renee Warner, and Kylie Pye.
Awesome.
Man.
So where were we at last night? 70? 87. 89.
87 units?
Yes.
Yes.
So far we've already closed 87 units this month. You guys are crushing it. So fantastic job. We've been writing a lot of checks, so that makes me very happy. What do we have on the training calendar that we want to talk about before we get cracking?
Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we are going to do a special pricing class. So if you're interested in learning how to price, or just need a refresher, or just need to see a different look at it, 1 o'clock here in the training room.
Hugely important right now because pricing is it a challenge for you guys in a good way? What's the biggest challenge with pricing right now?
You don't get away the first low.
Exactly, not underpricing it, right?
Gotta
I
push
mean,
on
did
it
you
a
even
little
think
bit.
you'd be saying these words again a year ago?
We're still, if you don't get it right, it's it.
Yep, absolutely. So getting it correct and keeping up with the market, but not outpacing it and not under, coming in spot on is a challenge. So not
different than me.
The valley is very much different.
well, and you're seeing all these little tiny markets within a market, right? Every neighborhood is even different, and so to be able to really, no matter how long you've been doing this, it's never a bad thing to brush up your skills on pricing, for sure.
Yep. We had a great day in launch yesterday,
Yes.
and let's see, next week, Monday and Wednesday, do we get confirmation from Lance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Lance is going to be teaching out in Wasilla and then in Anchorage on Wednesday, handling listing objections. Okay, so right now, especially in the market where we're in somewhat of a seller's market, handling those objections is key, because right now they can potentially put a sign in the yard and have some buyers come in their home. So handling those objections will be huge moving forward. So Lance is going to be out there in the valley on Monday, and then here in town on Wednesday. 1 o'clock. Uno.
Wow, you're Spanish.
It's my first time. It felt wonderful rolling.
It sounded natural. That's good, just kind of throw it out there.
Yeah.
Did you miss me?
I did. I wasn't.
What else do we have?
That's it for the
This
next,
week.
yep, this week and then the next week. And then we start rolling into preparing for EH.
And, yeah, and Beth, make sure we get that August 30th.
Yes.
It's not on the calendar, I just noticed that a few minutes ago. August 30th, Beth Torrance, who is flying in from Nashville, Tennessee, and she will be doing a full day E-Edge class. My understanding is there's some updates that are coming out here pretty quickly, so it might be really worth your time to be here. I was just explaining E-Edge to someone a little bit ago and how it's constantly changing, which I know sometimes can be frustrating, but it's also fantastic. So Beth is a MAPS coach. So she does MAPS coaching, but she also has been traveling around to the different regions in the country and doing training for both leadership and agents. She's funny, she's smart, she's engaging, she's entertaining. You will learn a lot and you will have fun in the class at the same time. I know when you take a full day away, especially at the end of the month, you know, for a class it's a challenge, but trust me, you won't be sitting there like wanting to, you know, take your eyeballs out. Yep, it's gonna be here, yeah.
Here in the next, yeah, so,
Are the new green sheets gonna be?
We can hint
a
around.
hint.
Well, first you're gonna see a new look, if you haven't noticed already. Now the new look.
Sends the broker in the back. Change bad. Change no good.
Do I get to use my pass now? No? Okay, correct. But in addition to some reorganization of the edge, the look of it,
Yeah,
action plans are going live next week. Yes. You guys know how great that is? Supposedly. Okay, they're gonna explain what an action plan is. Explain what that is. Okay, who uses Hot Producer and has
It's gonna kind of roll tasks in a little bit.
Could you do that again?
Roll in.
I feel like dancing.
Alabama roll tide. I just saying, I'm just saying. You were doing it.
He crossed the UGA line.
I had to call it out, and we have it on video.
Wow.
We have it on video.
You would be able to assign tasks.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like you could put in a 8x8, 33 touch, or whatever it is, and it pops up and says, call this person today.
Or you could put your listing plan in. so
That,
make sure you don't
exactly,
drop
like
the
we've
ball.
already, you know,
Yeah,
we've
you can
already
create
got your ability to do your drip campaign, your 33 touch and all that
Oh.
kind of stuff in there for your marketing standpoint. This is gonna be action plans for, my understanding, again, you know, it's changed a few times. Exactly, for the life of your transactions, what needs to happen when, have it
Who's
pop
taking the
up.
lockbox off? Who's put
Exactly.
flyers up? Who's done this? Who's done, so you've got management of your team.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
So you remember top producer, you could throw it all in there and then me, team leader, could look and see, did my admin do this? Did my listing specialist do that? Did this person, who did their job? And who didn't? And be on top of what's happening. We have not had those action plans. That was a piece coming later and now they'll be in place. It's later, now it's later.
What about
Later
the,
always shows up sooner or later.
What about the green sheets? They've been threatening to update. Can you
It's
see?
coming. It's coming.
You can do this.
You're on the way.
So yeah, so August 30th, I would definitely look at getting that on your calendar. I'm gonna give you another little tip here for profit sharing. Joe and I are working hard on really trying to help you guys grow profit sharing. And one of the things that if I were you, and we're gonna do it regardless, we would just rather do it on your behalf, I would invite anyone that you're in a relationship with to this E-Edge class, and here's why. People are going to be making some pretty significant decisions in the next 3 months as Dynamic and Remax merge, and as Prudential has
as well. We don't have those companies.
a phenomenal tech piece. It is attractive to some people. Obviously, they can't come to class and use it because they're not with Keller Williams, they don't have that proprietary system, but they need to know what they could have if they were here. And there's no better way to see it, what? What? There's no
missed ya.
better way to see it than to watch it being taught in action. So it's not something that's gonna benefit them in their business right now, but if they're considering Keller as an option, it's one of the best recruiting.
Are we
resources
handing out
we have.
masks?
We are. We are. Have you been to Party and Craft yet?
Yeah, you really need to wear one, Joe.
You talk to my wife. It's a joke.
Exactly.
Ah.
We are sending out some masks.
So that people can come anonymously to a masquerade, and train, and just trying to make a joke out of it, keep it fun. So, but I would certainly, if you've got, there's a couple of names that come to mind of people I know that are very interested in technology, and they want to be at a company that is on the forward leading edge, which we are. You are out of control today, we just.
Can we tape around your?
I'm gonna wear one of those beer helmets.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought it was the wrong kind of part.
That's Friday night. Does Beth have any idea what she's doing?
No.
She does, actually.
Oh.
Beth is, and I believe Beth is bringing her boyfriend with her.
Who I got her email, and I don't know if we're gonna be able to do anything with this. We're working on it, so no promises. But Troy, her boyfriend, is I don't know the exact terminology, but he travels around the country for Sam's Club. He's a pit master, grill master. He hosts barbecue, like they're on TV, like the grill contests, like that's
State of Kentucky or whatever. He is like a grill extraordinaire, so we're hoping to throw together some kind of great food. It's Beth Torrance's boyfriend that's coming with. He's the coolest dude. He's been on TV like with grilling and stuff. So hopefully we'll have some good barbecue for you to eat that day as well. We'll see if we can make that happen.
No promises.
No promises, but I'm working on it. Mega Camp. Who's going to Mega Camp in here? If you have not gotten your room, get on it, on it, on it. They are very difficult to come by right now. So I know we've got a couple people looking for roommates as well. So if you are looking for somebody to share a room with, let me know. Maybe we can make a love connection and get you guys together. And
Oh, jeez.
what?
My wife would be pissed.
Mega Camp, and then for those of you who follow my Facebook, you know that we have our bold instructor assigned, and it is Chris McNamara, who was here teaching social media for us. It was the class was, if you Google my Facebook, I'll Twitter your LinkedIn or something to that effect. And he has moved into becoming a bold coach, and we have him. I think he's going to be phenomenal, phenomenal. I know it's a class that costs some money, and I really have worked hard to strategically place this class where I think it will benefit you the most. And we've talked about this, but I'm just going to keep re-emphasizing it. There's a reason we're doing it October, November, December. I want you guys taking your unfair share of the market January, February, March. I want you guys just crushing it, and I think we all. How many have taken bold that are in the room? Okay, a lot of people. You see the results show up 90 days later of the work. If you take it seriously and you commit to doing the work and you commit to doing the action plans, you see the result. And I would love for you guys to just launch out of the first part of 2013. You're going to have your business plan put together. How cool to be able to step into the beginning of the year on the coattails of finishing bold and really get after it on your business plan first quarter. So you're not playing catch up, because that's what we all do. I mean, that's seasonality, and it's not a slam on us. The truth is the market slows down in the first quarter. There's fewer deals to be had. So we all go, guns blazing into the year, and we have these goals, and January shows up and you kind of get discouraged because you go, I didn't hit my goals for January, I gotta play catch up, We'd love for you not to have to do that this year. So that's why we're bringing it in the fourth quarter. What else?
Question. I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
We haven't made any decisions about how we need to, yeah.
Tell me Mega Camp dates and place.
Mega Camp is in Austin, Texas, and the dates are the 19th and the 20th
And 21st.
for Mega Leadership.
Old dates, do you have those?
Nope, first week of October,
And,
but I don't know the date yet.
lead action trade, is that still on the board?
No. DR is having surgery, so we're having to reschedule all of that.
Yeah.
I actually have a call to return from him on how to reschedule those dates. So he's having some ear problems and getting surgery. What else?
Do we know what day of the week Bowl is going to be?
Nope.
No, I haven't.
As soon as I know, I'll tell you, but I don't know yet. So, we've done it on Tuesdays in the past. We may shoot for a Wednesday. We usually try and not do Monday, Friday. So that narrows it down to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. College degree.
Your daddy must be so proud.
At its finest.
What else?
No, no.
Oh, you did get blonde in Hawaii.
I'm blonde, I'm not dumb. It's a comment we talked about yesterday in the class, okay? It was
Publicly made.
It was something-
Absolutely. So,
inside joke.
before we launch into Shift and the book, I want to just publicly say thank you to Joe and Allison. I have to tell you, I was gone for 10 days in Hawaii and I didn't have any work problems. Didn't have to get into anything with work. I actually left my phone in the house multiple times. And boy, to have a staff that we have that frees me up to go do that is amazing. And just on a personal note, really kind of hit me that my kids are like almost out the door. And so to have 10 days with my son and his football team from service, one-on-one, just precious, precious, precious time that I will never forget in my life. And so, thank you for letting me enjoy that. I appreciate it.
You deserve it.
Thanks
for sharing that,
You say
too.
one-on-one with the football team.
Yeah.
It was sort of a blend. There were times where there were 30 boys, and there were times where it was just me and him, and
I miss
and I will too. I was thinking it last night. I mean, gosh, you guys, that's so much about what we want for you to have here, right? What's our mission statement at Keller Williams? Oh, come on. Jack, careers worth having, businesses and lives worth living. Right. Real estate is not our life. Real estate funds our life. F-U-N-D-S, right? And the idea is that we have an amazing family, whatever that looks like for you, and that you have an amazing life. And I really felt like I absorbed that mission statement this last week, to be down there and go, this is my son, who is soon to be a man and no longer out of my house, and no longer under my roof, and to have that time with them and know that this company is still kicking butt and taking names while it's gone, it was just amazing. So, okay, what else? Anything before we get into this?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What time is the class, the EH class, Thursday, August 30th, do we know?
I'm gonna say 9 to 4.
And she texted right back, great, what time?
That is massive action, Tony Robbins. Let's say 9 to 4. And we'll make it 9 to 4. Someone remind me that I just said that. Huh? After the locker room. Thanks
Lock it up.
Christy.
Lock it up.
Before I get into the shift book, I want to introduce, do we have any new agents that I need to introduce? Your wife is in the back, I
Yeah,
see.
she just passed her test today.
Okay, Stephanie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
It's Stephen with a knee.
Stephen and Stephanie, yeah, that's cute, how you two did that.
Yeah, we planned it.
What's your real name?
That was planned from birth.
That's just destiny. So Stephanie has just passed her test now, and so we'll be needing to get that taken care of. Congratulations. Where are you gonna hang your license?
She likes a competitive household.
I tell you what, husband and wife in real estate, wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, I can talk.
Buckle
I
up.
was gonna say, you need to become really good friends with Deanne. She'll tell you all the pitfalls, what to look out for. We've already introduced Michael, and so this is Eric Johnson. Eric did just pass his test. He's actually kind of interviewing around and looking at what's out there and what options are there. I know Eric through a mutual friend, and so we sat down and visited this morning, and he's gonna consider what to do next, so I asked him to stick around and come take part in the team meeting and see kind of what we have going on here for our weekly stuff, and he graciously agreed. So introduce yourself to Eric afterwards and make him feel welcome as well.
He's going to make the right decision.
Yeah. Because I hate for you in a weak moment.
I just like, so you haven't settled on a brokerage yet?
Not just yet.
I just say, I've only been
here.
here 2 or 3 weeks, almost every single person is trying to help me do stuff.
I've heard nothing but good
It's-
things.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just ashamed.
I really appreciate you saying that because that makes me feel good to hear that that's,
Yeah.
that what I'm telling people happens actually does happen. We're recruiting out of integrity, thank God.
We'll get you that Benjamin.
Here's the payday.
Last one bounced, but I would.
What? So just to explain, Eric and Stephanie, what we do with the payday bars, basically for the week prior, Allison, our administrator, our market center administrator, gets us a list of everyone that got a check in the last 7 days. And so they get a, hopefully I know, but we have fun with it, a payday bar in honor of their check. And just some recognition. Yes, exactly. You got a payday. You got the connection.
I
You're-
go to college too.
Alright, seriously. Enough with the fun. Enough with the fun. This is a serious market we're in right now. Enough with the fun, you guys. Welcome back.
Okay, so, Jeff, and just to bring you guys up to speed, before I left, and someone AWOL for 10 days,
And going through kind of piece by piece. Does anybody remember, I know you're gonna have to delve back to 2 weeks ago, what we talked about the last time?
Budget and expenses. Making more money through managing expenses.
Okay, so we really focused on expense management and our margins, right? And the fact that just because you have money coming in doesn't necessarily mean that you are making money, right? And we want you actually making money. So does anybody remember that has been a student of the Shift book what tactic 3 is?
Must be red light, green light.
Do more with less, leverage. What does leverage mean when we talk about leverage?
It could be systems, it could be systems, it could be people,
What's our triangle?
leads, listings, and leverage.
All right, so Real Estate 101, we were talking about this in launch real briefly yesterday. If you have to take the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book, handbook, and narrow it down to just one statement, this would be it, right? This is the basis of a real estate business. It starts with leads. If you don't have leads, you don't have deals. If you don't have deals, you have nothing to do. So it starts with leads. We're looking for leads for listings, because when you have listings, then you have something to market to bring the buyers. So that's how you get the buyers. Every listing should get you
3 buyers.
I like 3. 2 is the, we'll go for 3. Every listing should generate 2 buyers off of it, okay? And of course you're lead generating for buyers as well, but understand that listings are the cornerstone of your business, right? I can think of, just thinking about our conversations July, and I'm thinking about Michelle Sanford right now. It's been really fun to watch some agents in the last 6 months sort of have a mindset shift about listings and getting the concept that buyers, it's gonna sound bad, I don't mean it this way, I'm just gonna say it. Buyers are easy. Does that make sense? I mean, you can get buyers, you can get a ton of buyers, and you can run them through. We're oftentimes afraid of listings because we're afraid of pricing. What if they don't sell? What if the seller gets mad at me? What if it sits on the market forever? Am I gonna have to do 72 open houses? What, how am I supposed to market this property? There's a fear that some of us have about listings, and I've watched several of you overcome that to understand that the listings are the key to the business. So once you have so many leads and have generated so many listings and so many buyers that you have no more time, what's the next piece?
Leverage.
Leverage, right? And leverage comes in the form of, like you said, Felisa, many different ways. Systems, it's not just people. This is where real estate agents sometimes think in a box. Everybody goes, well, my first piece of leverage is I have to go hire an $18 an hour licensed assistant at 40 hours a week, right? When that's not where you have to go. No, where's all my executive assistants in the room? Love you very much.
I'm
Understand that Bob and Joe, and I don't know who else in here, Kevin with Jerry, those guys have graduated to the place where that is the next piece of leverage for them. But it's not the first piece necessarily for everybody. Yes, ma'am?
I was just talking to my coach about this, and
Could you say those words again?
I was just talking to my coach.
Yay, Marcy!
We were looking at the MREA book. I don't know, page 283 or something, was talking about your first hire at the 7 levels, and it was something like 40 transactions in a year before you're really ready to hire your first assistant. I'm thinking, you know,
That's a lot.
that's a lot more than people. You hear people are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it seems like people are hiring them earlier and earlier.
There's a reason we have a Lainey and a Lindsay here.
Right.
Right? There's a piece before that if you're doing 12, 20, 25, 30, 35 transactions a year, you can go hire someone for $300 a file, $350 a file, whatever the rate is depending on the deal, and let them be your EA. But you're not obligated to paying a full salary forever. It's fantastic. It's totally production based. If you've got a deal, you pay someone a fee, they do the deal. But you're not paying them to sit in the office 8 hours a day while you're trying to drum up business to support their salary. So remember that there's lots of ways to do more with less, and it doesn't all have to do with people. eEdge is a huge component of this. There's so many tools. You guys, I mean, I don't like to talk about my sales business very much, but I have a sales business. I don't touch it. I don't do anything with it because eEdge is leverage. It got turned on. That's all that I did. And it generates leads. It generated a listing and a buyer yesterday. I don't do anything with it. So that's leverage. That's a system. That's a tool that's out there for you to have, right? So we've cut our expenses, we found our margins, we go back to the basics. So the questions you have to ask yourself, and again, who erased my word of the month?
I did.
I just saw it.
Wow.
See, I can't leave. Golly.
I had to use it.
Okay, fine.
If you erase, you must replace.
Like, so I'm replacing it right now. What happens when the market picks up and gets good? We get this
Because it just feels good.
we stop watching our business like a hawk. Now when the market shifts and it goes down, all of a sudden, boy, we're watching everything. We're watching every penny that's spent, we're watching our time, we're watching our advertising dollars, we're watching our marketing, we're watching everything. Because we're in pain, because the deals are going away, and the money is lessening. So all of a sudden we become a budget hawk, right?
A business hawk. Then the market picks back up like it's doing now and it gets good. And you've got more business than you can handle and you're doing deal after deal after deal after deal. What's the first thing you stop doing?
lead generating.
Lead generating. Why? Why do we stop doing it?
Complacency, exactly.
Totally complacent because the deals are there. Yes, sir.
And you're busy.
This just hit me yesterday, going through my deals and where they came from. And truly, something that Cody said a long time ago, he says, you know, if you're going to be if you're going to sit there and receive benefit from the market without lead generating, then when the market goes away and you go with the market, you can't complain because you never continued lead generating. So you can't have one without the other.
What the market gives you, the market
Yeah,
will take
there you
away
go.
from you.
Okay.
Okay? So what it gives you, it'll take away. So those freebies that come, and granted, I love a freebie as much as the next person. Don't get me wrong, you take it, close it, cash the check. Don't call it your business, because it was a gift, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
This was the topic of my last team meeting in our office, and that is that typically we run about 75% of our pendings are buyer sides. It's down to 50% because the listings are selling. So I was like, listen, you know, 210 closings last month and 100 in typically December, January. This is where you need to crank it and get it in gear. You can't be complacent. We need to be out aggressively hitting expireds, FSBOs, or whatever it is, because we need to live like today, so that like nobody, so that in December we're living like nobody.
Exactly. Well, yeah, if you're lead generating now, because you get that, what's today, August 12th, 13th,